we're gonna start with a blank canvas, which I don't have, as you can see. So I have a little acne scars, and for that I'm going to use my Dragun Beauty color corrector in the shade orange. I'm using my Morphe concealer brush. It's a E64, and I'm covering every single little acne scar that I have. Next, we're gonna move on to the One Size Beauty blah 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 blurry setting powder. I love using this to set the entire color corrector so the concealer is not gonna peek through with my little booty blender. Scratch that. I did say I was gonna use concealer, but no, I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation in the shade 455, and I need to make sure that this thing is going to cover every single acne scars because nobody has time for that. To set that foundation, I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Cosmetics Face Brightening and Setting Palette in the shade Medium 10 with my e.l.f. Small Taper Powder Brush and set it all. And next, we're gonna move on to the foundation. This foundation, oh my goodness, when I did this video, this was my second time using it, but oh my god, I'm so impressed with the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation in the shade 360W. I am using more of stippling brush just because of the texture of my skin. I have a lot of enlarged pores, so I need to make sure the foundation is really getting to the look knit areas. And I'm also going to focus it on my chest as well because of, you know, of the top that I'm wearing. But you have to make sure that you shake this very well, because if you open it, like the few times that I did, it was making a mess. It was spilling everywhere. I don't know if it was a bad foundation, but that being said, I highly recommend this foundation. The finish of it is like beautiful. Remaining of my forehead, I'm gonna go back with my Morphe E64 and just make sure everything is looking beautiful, and then I like to go back with a sponge. I always like to use a brush to apply with my foundation and go back with a sponge just so I take the excess of the product. Now we're gonna move on to some bronzer. This is the Jaclyn Cosmetics Sun Kiss Cream Bronzer in the shade Toasty, and I'm using the JH05 just to add more dimension back into my face and my forehead. You know, we need a little sun kiss moment here. Now for the eyes, I like to kind of sketch because, I mean, is it gonna be exact mirror image? I'm going for that. So this is what I like to do. I like to do little dots and sketch how each side is gonna look like, and then I'm just gonna connect it. And I'm using the PIXIE Endless Silky Eye Pencil in the shade Black Noir. This thing is waterproof. As you can see, it runs smoothly, buttery, highly pigmented. Even if you have sensitive eyes and I wear contacts, this went on beautifully. And then I'm just gonna fill in, once I sketched everything, just fill in everything with black. Next, I'm going to use the Morphe Make It Big Brush Tip Liquid Liner. This thing, another product that I highly recommend. It's water resistant, it's smudge proof. I'm just gonna go back on the outer edges just to make it very sharp. We're gonna set the base with the Morphe Nikita Artistry palette, and I'm gonna use this black matte eyeshadow all over the lid. Now it's time to add a little more contrast to this feline eye look, and I'm gonna use my Makeup Forever Flash palette. I'm gonna use the gold shade, and I'm going to also add a detail brush just to go around the edges of this feline eye look, which I am obsessed with. Anything that it's silver or gold, it's right up my alley, but it just adds a little something to this eye look. Now for the lower lash line, I am using a gold pencil. This is by PIXIE, and the shade is Pure 24K. Now she was a cute color. I just wish she could have been a little bit more pigmented. So you can see that I'm going back to the Makeup Forever Flash palette and just go back with a detail brush. Now for the concealer, I'm going to use the Rare Beauty Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer in the shade 310W. This thing, oh my goodness. It's effortless, it's weightless, it has a beautiful finish, it has a natural finish, it doesn't feel like concealer. I mean, I can't stress that enough. So you guys can see that I'm just using it on certain areas where the sun would naturally hit me, and use my concealer brush, and then I like to go back and just make sure I use my booty blender just to take the excess of the product. To contour my nose, I'm going to use Jaclyn Hill Cream Bronzer in the shade Toasty and this flat mini contour brush. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and add a little sponge just to blend out the edges. To set the cream bronzer out, I'm gonna use the Beauty Bakerie Neapolitan Bar Mini Face Palette. Alright, and with the same palette, we're just gonna add a little blush just to add a little hint of color. For the extra chisel look, I'm going to go back with Jaclyn Cosmetics Face Brightening Setting Powder and just make sure I carve out my face a little bit more. With the Benefit Hula Bronzer and its fluffy blending brush, I'm just going to carve out a little bit my nose because you can still see. To add a little bit more glow from within, I'm going to use the Ofra Cosmetics Highlighter in the shade Rodeo Drive. We're almost done, you guys. We're gonna move on to mascara. This is the NABLA Vicious Mascara. Again, another current favorite of mine. This is gonna give you a lot of lift, a nice little push-up situation for the lashes. Moving on to lips, I'm going to use the Morphe Jeffree collab liquid lipstick. This one is called Leo. I'm going to use this just to light my lips on the outer parts, and for the center I'm going to be using the Jaclyn Cosmetics liquid lipstick. This is my first one, which I love it, and this is in the shade I'm a Cancer, just for that nice ombre effect. Makeup is done. Now we're gonna add some gems. I'm gonna use the Duo Quick Lash Glue, and then these silver gems are from the brand Bead Lending. I got this at the Michaels store. I'm going to add a small gem on the inner corner and a large one on the outer corner of this feline look. Now this is going to add a cohesive look with the mask. I made this mask back in March 2020. Now this was inspired by what was going on in the world back then and what we're currently living right now. This was my way of expressing my artistic side. This is the final look. I hope you guys like and enjoy this as much as I love making this tutorial. Shout out to Mike for the amazing photos that he shot. I'm gonna leave his IG down below so you guys can follow him. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next time, I will be seeing you on my next video. Mwah. Besitos. Bye.